I had just moved into a small apartment. The rent was cheap, but something felt off. The first night, I heard faint whispers coming from the walls. I told myself it was plumbing, the old building, nothing else. By the third night, the whispers were clearer. They were calling my name. I tried recording, but the microphone picked up only silence. One night, I saw a shadow move across the room, but there was no one there. It mimicked my movements, stopping when I stopped, smiling when I smiled. I tried leaving the apartment. The door wouldn't open. The lights flickered. The shadow stood at the edge of my vision, waiting. In the morning, neighbors said the apartment had been empty for years and that no one had ever lived there. It was raining hard, and I missed the last bus. One bus came anyway, empty, almost gliding down the street. The driver didn't turn to look at me. The seats were cold and wet, even though the rain hadn't touched the interior. The bus stopped at places I didn't recognize. People got on and off, but they never moved, only stared at me silently. I realized the bus had no route on any map. My phone had no signal. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out. The driver finally spoke. "You weren't supposed to wake up." The bus doors opened. I ran, but the street behind me was empty. No bus, no driver, no one. I inherited my grandfather's house. One room was always locked. I asked about it. He never explained. The first night I tried to open it, the room seemed alive. I heard breathing, whispering, moving furniture. I forced the lock open. Inside it was empty, but a mirror hung on the wall. I saw myself, but my reflection was different. It smiled. The reflection whispered my deepest fears, secrets I never told anyone. I stepped back. My reflection did too. Slowly, deliberately. I slammed the door and left. Every night since, I hear soft knocking from inside the locked room. I worked night security at an old hospital. At exactly 3:17 a.m., a call came from a room long abandoned. The voice said, "We see you, always." I checked the CCTV monitors. Every camera angle showed me moving. I hadn't moved. I ran to the room. It was empty, but the walls were covered in words. My name, my fears, my mistakes. Suddenly, the intercom whispered, "You can't leave. We wait for you." I left the job the next day. Sometimes, at 3:17 a.m., my phone, unknown number, and I hear my voice calling back. My grandmother warned me, never look into the mirror between 2 and 3 a.m. I laughed. One night, curiosity got the better of me. I looked. The reflection didn't move. It didn't blink. I leaned closer. It smiled. Not me. It smiled at me. Slowly, words appeared on the glass. "Time is up." I ran to another room. The mirror fogged up, slowly forming a shadow behind me. Now, every night at 2:01, I hear footsteps in my room. And the mirror waits, patient, silent, knowing I'll eventually look. I moved into a small guest house in the countryside. It was quiet. Too quiet. The first night I felt eyes on me. At first, I thought it was just paranoia. Every night, I would wake up to faint scratching sounds coming from a corner. Sometimes, furniture moved slightly. One night, I left the light on and watched. In the reflection of the window, I saw a figure crouching, watching me sleep. When I blinked, it was gone. But every night since, the feeling left, like the room was alive, watching, waiting. I had just moved into a small apartment. I started getting calls from a blocked number. Silence at first, then whispers. One night I answered, "Do you see it?" I asked. "See what?" The voice laughed softly. "Behind you. Always." I spun around. Nothing. The next day, I found photos on my phone I didn't take, me asleep in my room, each photo closer than the last. The calls continued, and now, every time my phone rings, I know it's already too late. I noticed my neighbor never left his apartment. I asked around. People said he moved years ago. One night, I heard him singing through the wall. I ignored it until the singing stopped abruptly. Curious, I knocked on the door. Silence. I turned the knob. It was unlocked. Inside, the apartment was empty, except for a chair facing the wall. On the chair was a small note. I never left. When I looked up, the wall had faint handprints leading towards my own apartment. I entered the elevator late at night. The lights flickered. The floors started skipping. Some numbers didn't exist. A man stepped in, tall, face hidden in shadow. He didn't speak. The elevator stopped at a floor not listed in the building directory. The doors opened to pitch darkness. A whisper floated, full already. The man vanished. When I reached my floor, I noticed the elevator were now all scratched, in the shape of my name. Since childhood, I feared a particular corner in my room. One night, I saw it move, slowly, like it was alive. I tried turning on the lights, but they flickered and went out. I backed away. A voice whispered from the corner. Finally, "You see me?" I ran out. The corner was empty, but every night since, the corner slowly shifts, just enough to remind me it's still there, waiting, patient.